Julie Penny never believed in ghosts. As a science teacher, she knew there was a rational explanation for everything. So why did she and her daughters flee into the night from their dream home, praying they would never have to step foot in it again? Julie and her engineer husband, George, married in 1986. They had 2 daughters, Francesca and Katrina. In 1994, they decided to move from their Walsall estate in the West Midlands.
We decided that we'd sell the house and we'd make a new beginning in a rural part of the area. We thought that would be a better way to bring up our children.
They found their dream home in a small village near Birmingham.
It was really just what we'd always wanted. It was the picture postcard cottage.
The children loved it, and we just knew it was what we wanted.
We had our leg pulled quite a bit by friends who said, it's such an old cottage, an 18th century cottage. Are you frightened about it being haunted? And we said, absolutely not. That's complete rubbish. We don't believe in anything like that.
Julie now wishes she'd listened to her friends. The family had been in the cottage for 2 days when it started.
A pocket full of posies. Tissue, a tissue. We all fall down. A tissue, all fall down.
Kat's just pushed me over on the stairs.
Don't be silly, Cheska. She's been out here with me. Now, try and be nice to your sister for once, will you? Now, come on. Let's go in and lay the table for dinner, shall we? Come on, quick, quick.
I was rather annoyed with Francesca because I felt that she was trying to get Katrina into trouble. Now, looking back, I wish I'd listened to her the very first time she said it.
I thought it was my sister, but thinking about it, the force was too hard for her to have pushed me down the stairs.
It was like an adult-sized hand that pressed on my face as I went to go up the stairs. At the same time, there was a very cold breeze coming down the stairs. When I got to the top of the stairs, none of the windows were open. As a science teacher, I have to give logical reasons and answers to everything, and that's what I teach children to do. For the first time in my life ever, something was happening that I had no control over, and I didn't have an answer to it.
Julie was having a hard time persuading her husband that anything was wrong.
I wanted to believe what I was being told, but I am an engineer by trade, and unless I can see it or touch it, it doesn't exist.
I was beginning to believe George and think, I must be imagining it. I can't explain it, so what's the other answer?
George, what are you doing? It must be freezing out there. Come back to bed, love. George! George!
Oh, what's the matter? What is it?
The man! The man!
Do you care that I've got to be working in 2 hours' time? I've about had enough of this crap, Julie.
What do you mean you've had enough? How do you think I bloody feel? You don't seem to give a shit what's happening to us!
Mum, there was this man in our room, and then he disappeared.
He looked exactly like George. He'd got a really, really strange outfit on. It was cut in a style I'd never seen before.
Over the next few months, the strange events got worse. There were terrible smells and unexplainable electrical problems. Wondering if she might find the answer in the history of the old cottage, Julie visited the local library.
The village apparently was a real den of thieves. The stagecoaches were always being held up. There were lots of hideouts for highwaymen. It was really a very rough area. We found out that our cottage was linked up to the Welsh Harp pub by a series of tunnels. The tunnels were used from there for the highwaymen to escape down, and they actually escaped through the trapdoor in our cellar out of our cottage. Close by there was a tree which was a hangman's tree. We don't know if the problems in the cottage were linked to a very vivid history or whether it was something else that was going on that we couldn't explain.
But it was talking to the neighbours that produced the most chilling evidence.
We found out that nobody had been in the cottage for more than 18 months. Someone had committed suicide. We desperately tried to trace people who'd lived in the cottage, and we just kept hitting a brick wall each time.
I remember my friends at school telling me that you don't want to live there, you live in the haunted house.
Arguments were increasing in the house due to the fact that I was being presented with all these stories.
Julie started taking the girls to spend some nights at her mother's, but George was still unsympathetic. Nothing had happened to him, yet.
The bang at the door was immense. The whole house shook. I ran to the door immediately and opened it, expecting to see somebody or something there. There was nothing there.
George was about to experience firsthand what his family had been going through.
The pictures coming off a wall were probably the scariest things for me. When I looked at the back of the picture, the cord was still intact and the hook was still in the wall. How had the pictures come off? I began to feel really guilty. These things had been going on all this time and I'd been ignoring them.
Then things started to take a turn for the worst, and we found that there was something going on a bit more than that, and possibly some kind of poltergeist type activity.
If the Pennies did have a poltergeist, they became convinced its aim was to split the family and drive them from the house.
It was as if they were playing me and George off against each other, playing the girls off against me. It was like somebody was causing downright mischief in the house. You were just like waiting for something else to happen. It was like you were sitting on a time bomb.
Unable to sell for the same price they'd paid, the Penny family were trapped in a home they believed to be possessed. Worse was to follow.
I felt that it was becoming a personal vendetta against me alone at this point. I felt that it was trying to take me over and that I was actually going out of my mind.
Julie found herself losing control. She felt as if she was being forced to do things against her will.
Julie? Oh, love, what have you done? What have you done? Look, you've cut yourself on. Leave us alone!
I felt almost as if I was reliving something that had happened in the past, or something was trying to relive a life through me. It was almost as if I was being possessed.
When George worked night shifts, Julie and the girls often slept in the same bed for safety, but nowhere was safe anymore.
Mum, stop it. Please. Mum, come down. Mum, please.
I was quite tired and I thought it was my eyes just playing, but when I looked next to me, my mum had gone. So I thought, okay, I'm not dreaming, my mum is like up there. That's when I just started screaming.
I wasn't going to put them through it anymore. I felt that we tried to fight it, we tried to have an answer to the questions. We couldn't fight back anymore.
Come on, girls, hurry up!
We were just going to go.
That's it. Get your coats on, quick. Come on, get your bags. Get out! Run for it!
I felt as if it had won. It had beaten us.
The pennies fled. It would be 2 years before things returned to normal when they moved to a quiet village in Scotland. Julie is teaching again, and the family have picked up life where they left off.
Our new life in Scotland, well, it's just wonderful. And in some ways, that's been the only good thing that has come out of it. I don't think you should ever doubt your children. We tried doing at the start the thing of, oh, it's just a dream, oh, it's just a nightmare, oh, you know, it's just the wind. I don't think you should do that because you just never know just what's really going on.
There have been no further problems reported in the cottage.